Awesome. Perfect. There we go. Hello, everyone. I'm Kat. You're catching me hot from ball practice, and I will let you guys know something. I am not a ball player or a ball coach, but I had to be both today, and that was not expected. So, feeling a little out of breath, but we've got this, right? That's the beautiful part about what we do. So, myself and my friend Monica here, she's there with the beautiful curls. We're going to be bringing into you guys a very exciting why Monate opportunity. I think I like opportunity call way better right now because I feel like that's absolutely what this is. So I'm just going to open up. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and more so not like in a, oh, hi, I'm Kat kind of thing, but I want to really share a little bit about myself and the way that it kind of exposes a little bit of what, if you're a guest here listening to this, or maybe you're a brand new market partner, maybe you've been here for a while too, and for a bunch of reasons why maybe you've counted yourself out, or maybe some of the things that you've had in your mind. I really want to highlight a few of the things that could have really held me back in my career as a Monate market partner that won't. So it's kind of a little bit of a different story than I've ever told before. So if you've been around it a little bit before, and then Monica's going to jump on and she's going to tell you about herself. And then we're going to jump in and talk a little bit about the company, but a lot of it about founders shares, visionary founder shares. So I am Kat Gertzen. I joined with Monate in August 1st of 2015. So I am a legacy founder and I'm an emerging founder. That means absolutely nothing to you, especially if you are a guest here. But basically what it does let you know is that I have shares on global revenue and I have shares on North American revenue at this point right now already. So I know how valuable these shares are. Monica also has them, so she knows. So when we're talking about it there, but there are a few things about my story that I think I really want to highlight for everyone on here. So the number one thing about my story is I really want everyone to understand is that, and I was sharing this the other week where it's like, I don't like leaving my house. Okay, like that's just my personality is a very much a homebody. I will probably not even leave the house if it's on fire. I'll try to put it out so that I don't have to leave the house, right? That's what it is. And I think that a lot of people will count themselves like me and they'll count themselves out of something like this because they think that, you have to be a certain way. It doesn't mean that I haven't grown and that I don't have some work ethic because I feel like a lot of people have to understand that work ethic will have you doing things that maybe you don't always want to do. Like I don't always want to leave the house, but sometimes I do. The other thing is that I did not have a massive network. So when I stepped into this industry, my life was work, 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 work. I'm a single mom who gets no child support and I have my daughter 24/7. Her father left when I was 4 months pregnant and we never saw him again. Right? And so if I wasn't working, I was momming. And that really, closed my network down big time. It was small, right? I didn't have that. When I stepped in and I started talking about this opportunity, I didn't actually talk to anyone. If you didn't work with me, okay, if you did not work with me, and if you weren't one of my massage clients during the day or work with me at the restaurant at nighttime, I probably didn't talk to you. Now, in massage, most people prefer if I just don't talk to them while I'm doing what I do, right? Like who here, you've been to a massage before, you just kind of like it when you can talk to them at the therapist, right? But you don't want to hear everything that I got going on. And you definitely don't want to be sold to while you're laying on the table, right? So my network in that sense was also very small. I had a full client base, but it wasn't exactly a client base that I was going to go to. And the restaurant that I worked at, predominantly was known for having very young girls work at it, right? 18 to 23 was basically the age. And they weren't exactly, their biggest bill was their cell phone and their car insurance, if I'm going to be honest to you guys. They hadn't really had life come in and hit them yet. So when I looked at it there, I was like, oh, who am I going to talk to? Again, I wasn't worrying about, and this is a big part that if you're sitting here and you're looking at this opportunity and you're like, okay, I've seen some things about these like visionary founder shares, or maybe you haven't even, and you've just been like really wanting a side hustle, right? One of the biggest things I looked at was I was like, hey, you know what? I don't have to worry about 100 people, right? I'm just going to take it one person at a time, right? I'm going to focus on one person at a time because I can do that. I can think one person at a time, Kate, then the next, then the next, then the next. But heck, I got so overwhelmed when I read this sheet when I joined Monate that said, write down everyone you know. I didn't get overwhelmed because there were so many people I knew. I got overwhelmed by thinking like, I actually don't know who to write down because there's not that many people. Right. So I was like, hey, one at a time, Kat, you got this. The other thing is I will, and I'm going to end this on my story here because I think this is one, and I know this is the biggest group of people that count themselves out of this. Okay. But I am what I call a recovering dirty girl. Okay. I am a recovering dirty girl, and I was definitely not the friend that anyone was coming to for beauty advice. 100%. I am a former professional women's hockey player. I don't know if you guys have a lot of women's hockey player friends, but you're definitely that's not you're going to your cheer friends, you're going to your gymnast friends, you're going to your dancer friends for the beauty advice. You're not like, hey, that girl over there who plays hockey. That just wasn't me. And I honestly hated with a passion washing my hair. Like I absolutely despised the whole entire process that it was, because for me, I always have had a lot of hair. Okay. So it was a process. It was like, okay, now I got to get in the shower and I got to wash this hair. And before Monate, it was literally like an hour and a half long process to dry my hair. Right. Because that hair, it would just wouldn't dry. Right. I even felt like after an hour and a half, I'd still have like that wet part at the back that would dry all weird and crinkly, and the rest. Like it was just, I hated the whole thing. I hated it. Right. So I looked at that, and I feel like a lot of people count themselves out because you're like, oh, I'm not that girl. Okay. I wasn't that girl either. But you know what I was? I was a girl that was like, if I'm going to sell something, and if I'm going to try to change the financial future of mine and my daughter's lives, you better believe it's going to be something that, number one, people do not have to change their lifestyle to buy it. Okay. People are showering, people are washing their hair, right? So I was like, okay, check. I can do that. The other thing, I was like, you know what? No lifestyle change, and it has to be consumable. It has to be something that people are going to run out of, because I don't have a big network. I don't have a big network. So I could not fathom having to find a new customer every 30 seconds, right? I was like, I want customers that are going to come back because they wash it all down the drain, right? That was the two key points that I really needed to hit. And when I saw those, I was like, boom. And then the third one, because I was broker than a joke, you guys, I could not have a company that was going to require me to spend hundreds of dollars on my own personal ordering just for me to stay in the company. I could not do that. I wouldn't, it could be the best opportunity in the entire world, but in that moment right there, I did not have an extra 100, 200, 300. So it had to be no lifestyle change, because, girlfriend, I love to eat, and I was not about to put that pressure on myself that I was going to be some kind of weight loss coach. Like, heck no, not for me, not doing it. The next thing, it had to get gone, right? They had to be consumable. They were going to need more. And the other part, I was like, I am not becoming garage rich. I am not putting myself in a situation where I'm going to have so much product on my shelves that is just sitting there. So I said yes to Monate, you guys, and I against all of those things, right? Like I'm not the picture perfect girl that you would think is supposed to sell shampoo. I'm not the one that you're definitely not going to think has sold well over $1 million Canadian in shampoo commissions. Like that is not what you would think. So if you're counting yourself out by it, take a lesson from my story and just understand that, number one, if there's a need for extra money in your life, number two, if you are hardworking, right? And number three, if you have some grit, if you have been tested by life before and you woke up today still here, you're made for this. If life has tested you, it was just testing you for your future shows, right? And so just know that if you are hardworking, if you have grit, right? And if you like helping people, right? If you like helping people, and if you just like the idea that your success is going to be built off of that. So really, I'm going to have Monica come in here, and she's going to tell you a little bit about her story, and then we're going to really get to the nitty gritty as to what visionary founders are, because we know that's what your main questions are, right? That's going to be the main question. We can answer the hair care questions or all those other things like through a pamphlet, but that's what you want to hear is visionary.
Yes, you guys, the golden hour is like starting to set in. I'm like, look at this, just shining through my hair right now from behind. Okay, so first of all, thank you guys for taking time out of your night to come listen to this. There will be a replay link. So if you're on this call and you have a friend like, hey, I want you to check this out. I want you to send this link to them. And then we will get connected because this is going to be an ongoing thing now for quite some time. Okay. So my name is Monica Hobbs. I live in the US. I'm in Indianapolis, Indiana, and I am too a massage therapist by trade, along with Kat. We met in Monate, not even on the same team, but we are sisters from other misters, and we still support each other, have an incredible community of networking and relationships. And like, this is what makes this company thrive. Okay. So I have a different story than Kat. Okay. So it's pretty funny. So I actually did not want to sell the products at all. I even knew there was a founder's opportunity. No clue what it meant. Not a lick of idea of what that even meant. And the products were brought to me by a friend. Okay. We had the same hairstylist. She was also my client, massage therapy. And she was very into natural everything. She was my girl. I'd be like, hey, girl, what cough medicine, natural remedy can I use for my kids? Like, she was my girl, right? I trusted her with anything she had ever sent me. But why did I not trust her with these products? I told her no. I'm telling you at least 10 times. She knew not to give up on me. She knew not to give up. Okay. So I did not want to sell. Then what happened? I became a customer because I trusted her. I didn't trust the products. I thought the products would suck. I really did. I counted them out before I even tried them because naturally based products, like, we knew, I worked in salons and spas. I tried all the things, right? But finally tried them, loved them, fell in love for the discount. She still had told me there's this opportunity for founder shares. Like, she's like, just get in, get the discount, do the products, do the things. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be a customer first. Then I got in. Guys, I didn't have the money either. Kat and I were like broke moms, okay? But we liked, well, she saw what was happening because we had been around for a little bit. But I saw a couple pictures on the internet that people were posting befores and afters. And I'm like, it was mostly men too that were having these really quick like hair growth results. I'm like, maybe it'll do something. I don't know. Anyway, so she kept telling me, it was like this little whisper in my ear, founder shares, founder shares. So finally, I asked another friend, like, how much money, like, can we actually make? Because you guys, I actually truly thought, like, genuinely, I was so dumb with direct sales. I did not know you can actually earn a real income. I thought it was do you want to earn a $200 to $500 extra a month? That's all I thought it was. Like, in my head, yes, of course, 500 a month now is still life changing as it was then. But that's all I thought. I couldn't see beyond that because I had never, like, I didn't know anyone. And then I asked my upline, I was like, so what are you making? And she told me she was already making 5 figures in a month. And I was like, wait a minute. You're doing the same thing I'm doing. I just had kind of gotten in and I started sharing it with a couple people. And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, why didn't anyone tell me this? Like, why didn't anyone tell me you're making 10 plus $1,000 a month in just the products alone, not including founder? This was a brand new thing, you guys. Founder was brand new in the beginning of the company. We're talking profits off of revenue and all that stuff. And I know that's foreign, but we're going to get to that. So I'm like, well, I want to make that. I don't care about founder right now, but if founder can be something, why not go for it at this point? Because then I knew there was money to be made. Money was talking, and money talks to a lot of people. And I think that's what people are afraid to share. We do have to be careful with FTC and all of that stuff with income claims, but I would have never really went for it had she not told me that I could actually make a real income versus 200 to 500 a month from home. That's what I want to be, back at home. I was doing massages. I was so burnt out, guys. I was burnt out. I was done. I was just like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I just wanted to be home. I do like to travel and do more things, I think, than Kat, but it's fine. But I do like to be home too. I want to work from home. I want to make the 10,000 a month if I can from home, be with my babies, and then do all, you know what I mean? Like, live instead of struggle. So let's fast forward a bit. So we're talking June 2015 when she put that in my head that I could make that amount of money because she was doing it. Why couldn't I? There was no reason why I couldn't do it if she was doing it. So June 2015, I was like, all right, I'm going to start talking to people. Like, Kat, I made a list. I was like, okay, I know this person from church. I know this person from MOPS. I know this person from that and the other. I started making a list, and one by one, you just reach out to them and let them know. Just like my friend told me, even though I told her no 10 times at least, She was so sick of me, and then things started happening, and that's what happens in this business is you invite people to calls like this, and we share our story because you guys, I'm the massage therapist from Indianapolis, Indiana, with nothing special, and you guys, my hair was actually horrible. Like, you guys, if you've seen my before and after, if you haven't, you should go check it out. It's pretty insane. So for me to share these products with the hair that I had was also crazy because my hair was horrible and my curls did not look like this. These products completely brought my curls back. And it's the best hair I've ever had in my life. And I'm 40. Anyway, I digress. So here we are, June 2015. I was reaching out to everybody. And then I felt this thing in my chest and in my gut of like, this can be a real thing. This is happening. People want better shampoo. And like she said, a product that goes down your drain that people have to rebuy over and over again is the smartest business decision that you can make when you promote a consumable product, right? So think about it. Clothing. We don't always need clothing, nor do we want to spend money on clothing. Purses, handbags, those are just fun things. But shampoo that works, that can change your hair and make you feel so good and so confident, and you can help other people. And when you get the text message, this is a true story from one of my massage clients who went through chemotherapy 3 times. The third time she wanted to give money to go, she sent me a message. She was like, I am in tears right now because I'm using these products on a bald head and my hair is coming back in full and thick all over. I've never experienced anything in my life. Like, what is this magic? That's the magic. It's the product that's the magic, but it's you who they're going to buy from, and it's you who are going to be able to share this vision. So here we are. Founder. I hit it 4 months in. It took me 4 months to hit it when I went to work. I talked to everyone. Were there a couple sleepless nights? Sure. But you guys, I was like, I'm going to do this. And I had plenty of time to do it. But I'm like, let's get this done. And how many more people can I share this with? Okay. I was just going gangbusters. And you may be like, Monica, you're a little crazy. You guys, I was, because you know what I mean? I wanted different. I was ready to change my life situation. And like, this was the ticket. This was the vessel that was going to get me there. I get my first founder payout. It's like $179 maybe. It's under $200. I don't remember because it was a really long time ago. But I know it was under $200. I'm like, okay. All right, I'll take it. But I'm here for the long haul. So this is the cool thing. They've named this the Visionary Founders Pool. Okay. So Legacy Founders, completely different pool. But I want to tell you guys something. So Kat and I get 1% commissionable revenue volume, all of the things 1% globally. But majority of our sales come from North America alone. And that's really important. Okay. So we get global, but majority of our sales come from North America. This is a North American pool. This is really good, you guys. Like, this is going to be almost just as good as what we have. But what's really cool is we are already an established company. So I don't want to like go too far, but you guys, from making that one pay that I have 1 share. I am eligible for 2. I have 1 share right now. Okay. Now you do not have access to the shares that I have. And this is why this is so urgent, because you only have access to these Visionary Founder Pool shares for 1 year. This closes June 30th, 2025. Yes, that's a year, a long time, but I'm telling you, get in now, you start earning, you start working like we did, you can be eligible for these shares too, a lot sooner than later. Here's the cool thing. Okay. Here we are. I'm doing this now 9.5 years. One of my biggest shares, which I found out, Kat, since you're Canadian, your dollars look higher than ours, but they're actually like the same on the payouts and stuff. My highest share that I've gotten paid out was over $13,000 US for 1 share. And I want to tell you this because our goal and our mission for this company and this brand is to be a $1 billion annual company and yearly. We want to do $1 billion in revenue annually. Okay. We aren't there yet. We are a $1 billion brand. We've sold over 1 billion with, however many years we've been here. And I don't know how many we've actually sold. It's been a lot. So with what they're doing with that is it's an established pool of money. Here's the thing. We've laid the groundwork for you guys. We've done the work. We've helped build this brand for anyone new that comes in. Almost 10 years of testimonies right here. I mean, share it. Cat, anyone on this call that's a market partner has a before and after photo. That's incredible. Okay. Stuff we never realized before. Okay. 10 years now that we built this brand and they are reopening the doors because the people who see the vision of being a $1 billion annual brand, which will happen, 100% no doubt in my mind will happen. You get in now, you start working, you start getting a piece of that pie. Okay. We teach you, we guide you, we show you how to do exactly what we did, but better, simpler systems. You get in, you share, you have us that have OG people that have been here to share our story with you. These calls are going to be ever going. You're going to see these for an entire year. We are not stopping until as many people want to jump on board with us. Now, Kat, I don't want to take it away from you. I know you've got stuff to share too. So you share. And if you want me to share numbers and a breakdown, then I can do that too.
Perfect. I actually wanted to piggyback on something that you said because it like seems it's like a big point that I want to make to people who are, you know, you hear, okay, so you hear June 30th, 2025 is when you got to get in by. Okay. The way I really want people to think about it is it's not about what you get, what you can do with your shares. It is about how many lives can you change with those shares. That's
Mhm.
why when you're going to talk to people, the people who are going to win are going to have an absolute sense of urgency at this because we want to change the most lives possible, right? I knew that when I joined, we only had 2 months to share the founder opportunity when I joined because they were like, "Hey, Canadians, you got 2 months. That's what you get." It's like the old, you get what you get and you don't get upset kind of thing. So we were going so hard on it because there was a sense of urgency. I just knew I needed to make sure that every single person in my life at least understood what they were saying no to if they were saying no.
Mhm.
I knew that that was what had to happen. I needed every single person to have that opportunity for it. When someone joins, okay, so you join today, right? You have until June 30th, right? So you join earlier, you get more than a year actually to do it, right? Like that's the beautiful part about it. But if someone joins on, say, July 15th, right? They are going to have until the end of August to earn their shares because you get the month and then a full 12 months after that you join, right? So you have that time, right? So if someone joins on June 30th, they're going to have that year still, but you can have someone join tomorrow, the next day, the next day. Everyone gets a year. So you want to have as many people with that as an option, right? I just remember ours closed on September 30th. And I remember of 2015 and I remember just like feeling sick that someone would come to me on October 1st and want to do it. Right? And I'm just saying to you guys, do not wait, right? Do not wait. Get in, like she said, get in now and start working because I can't imagine what we would have done with a full year of it. I honestly cannot even imagine what we would have done. And so you have this thing at your fingertips that is so huge and so big. Another piece that I wanted to add on, and then I would love for Monica to talk more numbers about this pool. And then we can kind of let you guys go on that because we don't want to keep you all night. We actually want you to ask the questions. We want you to, the nitty gritty ones and go to the person who sent you here with that. But I really want to paint a vision for you. Okay. I really want to paint this vision because it is a vision that you have to see. And you have to be able to look at it. And when you lay in bed tonight or tomorrow night, whenever you're listening to this recording, that night that you go to bed, I challenge you to lay on your pillow and think about this just before you go to bed. And ask yourself, what if it happened? And don't just stop there, right? Because this was something that I truly believe was a big part of the reason that I did have success and I do have success in this company is that picture a year from now. Picture your life a year from now joining. You join today. Okay. Picture your life a year from now. What is different? What is different when you step in? And let's just start off. What's different in your life next year from now, making $500 a month? All right. Super doable. Super, super doable in this business. Now challenge yourself again, $1,000 a month. What does that look like? Lay in bed tonight and think about that. I'm going to apologize in advance because you will come down with what we call monate insomnia and you will not be able to sleep because you will be so excited about the future, right? Go big and really think about who you will be as a person. What are you wearing? I mean, what is the linen that you're laying in your bed like when you have 5-figure months coming in? What does that person what do you smell like? How does your hair look? What is your relationship like with your children, with your mom, with your siblings? Right? What is your relationship like with the school that your kids go to? What is your relationship like with your like how does life look different? I know for me everything was brighter and I can't explain why or anything, but they just seemed like the sun was always shining. And it obviously doesn't shine all the time, but that's how I felt. Right? It was this lightness, it was this hope in it. And I challenge you to also then go and ask yourself, what does your life look like a year from now when you don't change a single thing? Really think about that. You live your day exactly as you lived it today, and you don't change a thing. What does that look like a year from now? And I challenge you just to compare those visions. And if the first one is a smidge better, you should take the step. You should take the leap because anything is better than stagnant. Right? Anything is better than that, and you just need to take a chance on yourself because nothing happens in one day, but a heck of a lot happens in a year, and that's what we have here. So, Monica, do you wanna go and grab onto some numbers and share them with everyone?
I do because this is really important. Okay. Like I said, we've been around for a while. We're going on 10 years. Okay. The beautiful thing about this pool, it's already established. They are literally like, hey, for those of you that get here, we're going to give you a cut of what everyone is already doing. We're there. When I actually process this, when I actually process this, it's like, and the new people that come in that get a cut of this from everything we've worked on for years. It's like, why would you not? Like, why would you not? Okay, so let's get in the number. So I can be all motivational and everything because, like, obviously we get it, but I want to talk some numbers for a second. This is an example. This is a really good, close example. Okay. So right now in North America, average per year ish, okay, we're doing about 300 million, okay, ish, give or take. And with right now where we are, with the excitement, with knowing like we're launching a new country this year, I'm assuming September. I don't know. I don't have the facts on that, but I know for a fact we're launching a new country this year. What's that mean? More excitement, global expansion. Okay. Even though this is just North America based, it doesn't matter. It still contributes to like how successful the brand is. Okay. 13 countries. Let that sink in. 13 countries we are already in and expanding more and more all the time. Okay. So 300 million a year. Let's say that. All right. So doing 1% of the commissionable revenue right now, it is something that's like, it's kind of like mind blowing. But with that being said, if there's an example of 550 people in this pool right now, we don't know. We actually don't know because you have to earn your way there. Every single person right now does not just get a spot there. You have to work. I have to work. Kat has to work. If you're new and never signed up, you have to work. We have to earn our way there. It's not just, you're not just grandfathered in because you've been doing Money. You actually have to work too. So don't think it's just you guys coming in and doing this. We're all doing it and we're all doing it together. So think about this. Let's say 300 million a year. Divide that by 4 quarters with 1%. Okay. It's about $500,000 a year. You split that in between people, however many are in it, going on average of like 500 people. You're looking at rough-ish like 1,000 to 1,200 plus dollars per share right now. Now, again, it's just a guess. Okay. And the reason why it's just a guess is because we're in momentum. It's taken off like a rocket ship right now. Everyone's excited. Everyone's talking about shampoo on the internet. Like we all want to be a part of this, right? So what's going to happen? The revenue is going to go up higher than what it normally has been. And what they're offering right now, if you join and you get in and you hit one of our first leadership ranks, you're going to get an iPad this month when you do that. So there's all these little things on the table along with what's going to help your business thrive. If you've seen our sales, we have an incredible sale happening right now in North America. And it's just like they give you all of the tools for success. Okay. So imagine this is where you come into play and you have to think bigger and you have to think long term. Imagine 2 or 3 years, our goal, maybe 5 years. I don't know how long it's going to take us. We hit $1 billion in revenue in 1 year. I don't even know the math on that. Like I can't even wrap my brain on the math on that. and what those shares are going to pay out. Okay. But remember, it's only the people who get in the first year and we get there. Okay. Will people drop off? Sure. It happens. It's life, right? Life's a roller coaster. Things happen. But right now we're booming. And every person that comes in is contributing right now to this pot of money. So you coming in, your contribution, like, and everyone else's contribution is going to contribute to your to your payout, right? So the bigger the sales, the more revenue that we have, like, it's padding our pockets, and it still blows my mind that you don't have to hit a criteria. We have, the emerging founder pool. We had to sell over 75 million in the quarter, and then you take a percentage of what's over top of that, and then they divvy it out. That's not this way. You're getting 1% of the commissionable revenue from North America split up in between 4 quarters, however many shares. You're eligible for 2 shares. Okay. You get 1 share, that's what you get. You get 2 shares, you're getting double. I'd love a double share, right? So, with that being said, like, yes, those numbers are not guaranteed, but it's a really good estimate on where it's just beginning. Again, imagine in 5 years, okay, of where this is going to be when we are doing 1 billion a year annually. Like, it just blows my mind. And it's just life changing dollars for people. Like, I know sometimes money can be scary to talk about, but when you're thinking, like, okay, like I said, like little old me from Indianapolis, massage therapist who was struggling to pay her bills, was able to do this. Cat up in Canada, like massage therapist. She was tired of working too, guys. It's a hard job. Okay. People are just, it's like everyone can be made for this if you just look at what it takes, and we're going to help guide you and lead you there. So anyway, I'm going to end with that. Kat, you close us out. You do your
Awesome.
magic.
Well, awesome. And I just want to say, if there's 550 people in the pool, it's not going to be 300,000 that you're grabbing from. 300, the 500,000 a year. Like, you have, I know that doesn't make any sense to anybody else, but me and Monica and anybody who's here knows, if there are 550 people in that pool, our 300 million isn't the number that we're hitting and taking from. So that's really, really exciting to even think about those numbers. And I just want to close it off with saying thank you for giving us a piece of your time tonight, or whenever you're listening to this recording. And I challenge you to find at least one question to go and challenge the person who sent you this with. Try to stump them, right? Try to stump them, because that's what we like. That's what we want. We want you to challenge us. We want you to really think about this opportunity. And with that, give it the pillow test, give it that thought, let it go through your mind, and just think, what if? What if it is you, right? What if you are the crazy Canadian from up north, or you're the massage therapist from Indianapolis that's talking to people a year from now about why they need to take a look at it. So with that, we love you all. We cannot wait to welcome you onto our team pages and to help you get those shares. Bye, guys.